I think I did enough. And this is what it's all about. I question myself for a good reason. You guys don't understand. I've always been my worst critic, and you guys got a little glimpse of it, but I just gotta ask you one thing and one thing only. Do I still got it? Right?
They jerked him. They effing jerked him. They got my little mans. I feel naked out here, P. They try to get Teofimo Lopez with the UAP and rob him in broad daylight. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Teofimo Lopez put up an awesome, superb masterclass type performance versus Josh Taylor. One big problem. He was one round away from not realizing his new goal and becoming a 2-division champion. I will explain. The judges had the scorecards, 2 of the 3 judges had the scorecards so close, 115-113, in that type of fight, to the point where Teofimo Lopez, if he would have lost the 12th round, then the fight would have been scored a draw, meaning the guy who entered the fight as champion, Josh Taylor, would have retained his titles, because you just can't lose. If you're the champion, you just can't lose or lose your title on the scale, like meaning you don't meet the contracted weight requirements. But as long as you win or get a draw, you retain your titles. Similar, you look at the WBC fight with Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Oh my God. Oh my God. When he fought Tyson Fury, close fight. There were some knockdowns in that first one. And at the end of the day, Wilder retained the WBC title in a draw. Jermell Charlo versus Castano, another fight that ended in a draw with the Castano, and he retained his title, and Castano retained his title. So if this would have been a draw and it was dangerously close to being that, Teofimo wouldn't have been a champion. Now, the reason this is so egregious is the fight wasn't even close. After the 3rd round or so, Josh Taylor looked very pedestrian. He had no answers, and Teofimo really was styling on him. Now, I picked Josh Taylor to win, and I told you my sole basis for that was because I thought Teofimo had a lot going on, and mentally he didn't look put together. But Teofimo proved me and any other critics wrong by composing himself and putting it all together on the given night and styling on Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor had never been beaten in that manner. Teofimo was having fun in there. He was pot-shotting him. He was explosive. You seen speed. Looked like he carried his power up, because Josh Taylor clearly didn't just want to walk through it. And I seen Josh Taylor hurt. But beyond that, another testament to Teofimo having power that you have to respect, even at 140, is Josh Taylor would have tried to bulldoze him if he thought that, you know, it was sweet. But clearly he didn't. The other thing I noticed about Josh Taylor that no one else is really talking about is Josh Taylor is a dirty fighter. What do I mean? There's little subtle pockets of fights where he'll do dirty things. And I've noticed this before, but it was on full display last night for the Teofimo Lopez loss and fight. Because Josh Taylor, especially when he gets frustrated or if the referee lets him get away with it, he'll do things like use his elbows, rabbit punch. The ref, I think there was one round where the ref said break and was giving, in the middle of giving instructions, and then Josh Taylor loaded up and just wailed on Teofimo and landed a big body shot. I mean, these are little subtle, sneaky, dirty veteran kind of tricks where it may not get you immediately disqualified, but the ref had to warn Josh Taylor throughout the fight. Teofimo, for his part, was pretty much keeping the fight clean. Josh Taylor wasn't. And I think that was partly out of frustration. Josh Taylor was behind the 8 ball and he knew he was losing. So it was like he was almost trying to do anything, even if it's illegal, like not obeying the referee who's in charge of the action and, you know, wailing on Teofimo and trying to land a body shot, because throughout the fight, Teo showed good poise and movement and ring IQ and ring generalship to the point where he wasn't having an easy time landing his shots. So Josh Taylor, I guess, decided to take matters into his own hands and try to land any type of shot that he could, even if it was more so an illegal or frowned upon shot because the referee is trying to break you in, giving you instructions, and you try to catch him. I understand protect yourself at all time, but come on, we got to be real. You were trying to land anything. But back to the main subject of this video, it's just pitiful that in boxing you have judges that put out these horrible scorecards and they continue to get jobs. They, like one of these judges or a few of these judges that put out these scorecards, they'll get big fights like Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. Hey, stop that cat, right? They'll continue to get work. Like if you're a bad barber and you're messing up people's haircut or pushing a line back or cutting bald spots into their hair because your guard popped off or whatever, you probably get kicked out of the shop or lose your cosmetology license, or at the very least, bare bones minimum, you're not going to have that much clientele if you keep bodying people's haircut. But only in the sport of boxing can you continue to put up piss poor cards and get assignments and get work for big fights. No other industry really does that. Most industries are you're praised or celebrated, rewarded, or given raises and incentivized for performance and execution and doing your job effectively, right? That's just typically how it works. You don't become employee of the month because you have 100 customer complaints. But only in boxing do you see this kind of foolishness. Teofimo, like my thing is this, I picked against Teo, thought Josh Taylor would beat him. For that, I was wrong. I've said that numerous times since the fight. I have no problem being wrong if I'm wrong fair and square. That was the case. Teo proved me and other people wrong. He was the rightful winner. The fight wasn't even close. It wasn't hard to score. And like even the Sergey Deryevchenko, Jaime Munguia, that could have been a bit harder to score because there was some back and forth action. This was the Teofimo Lopez takeover show. So how the judges seen it so close is beyond me, and it makes no sense. And just to know it was disgusting that Josh Taylor was one round away from retaining his title. And it just lets you know that there's a lot of foolishness. Maybe the machine didn't want Teofimo to win this, and they were willing to do anything, but he just put his stamp on it, and everything against him, he cashed in. All the chips were against him. The chips were down, and he put on a performance kind of like Bivol versus Canelo. I think they wanted to rob Bivol. I think if the fight was a bit closer, then Canelo would have, remained with the one loss to Floyd Mayweather. But Bivol made his case so clear that it became hard, and you would be under the watchful eye of the fans and scrutiny if you try to push the button and act like Bivol lost it or act like Teofimo lost it. There would be probably boycotts. There might be a boycott in the arena because it sounded like a pro Teofimo crowd, and people would want to push for investigations or people to be fired. So even though there's certain times where the judges, it looks like robberies and fixed fights and fixed scorecards, and they try to rig it, there's only so much you can do without creating too much unwanted, unnecessary attention for yourself if you are trying to rig the scorecards. Let me know what you guys think of this travesty. Teofimo nearly lost to Josh Taylor, or at least didn't get the belts. I think that's pretty sad. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm the best in the business, so subscribe, and I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC, Bluetooth ready, with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description, customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.